now your #1 11 p.m. newscast. Channel 8 Eyewitness News in HD.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us. And for the second time this week, snow fell in Las Vegas. This time, though, it stuck and caused a mess from Summerlin to Southern Highlands, even on the Strip. Old Man Winter hit Clark County pretty hard.
Boy, what a night it's been. This is really going to be one for the record book. Snow expected to continue overnight. Will likely be the biggest snowstorm to impact Las Vegas since 1979. There have been a lot of road closures. There have been a lot of delays at McCarran Airport. So we have live team coverage for you tonight. Eyewitness News reporter Aaron Drawhorn is at McCarran Airport where travelers are grounded. We also have Tedd Florendo watching the storm for us. But let's first begin with Amanda Hernandez, who is in Jean, where road closures left drivers stuck in traffic for hours. Amanda?
Well, Denise, the more than 3 inches of snow that we've seen out here tonight has caused the I-15 to go ahead and be closed for most of the time that we've been out here. Now, a lot of truck drivers, a lot of motorists are having to call their trips off to California. And it was actually the California Department of Transportation that requested NDOT close the I-15 there at State Line, or really just up the road there at Prim, because they've seen multiple accidents near Cajon Pass. Of course, this sea of white out here is what is causing all these problems. A thick blanket of snow is covering the roads and ground here. Many people who were turned around by the closure decided to stay in Jean and Prim for the night. The roads from Las Vegas all the way out to Prim have been proving to be very slick and dangerous for those that are trying to drive on them. In fact, this afternoon as we were driving out here, we could only go about 15 miles per hour because the roads were so slippery, and it took us about 2.5 hours to get out here, where normally it would only take about 30 minutes, to give you an idea how slow it was. Now, a lot of people who are trying to make their way back had to actually turn back around here because they couldn't get through.
Snowy, one lane, basically, just following the one lane that whichever truck's pretty much down the center lane. I have a four-wheel drive, so I left mine in four-wheel drive high and drove at what I felt was a safe speed, but I did see about 5. I didn't actually see the wrecks, but I saw the cars parked on the side of the road after they had hit, so I think we counted like 5.
Now, Interstate 15 will remain closed for the rest of the night, and will actually be up to the transportation departments of California and Nevada. They'll make a decision, they say, in the early hours of tomorrow morning whether or not these roads are safe enough to reopen. For now, we're reporting live. Amanda Hernandez, Channel 8 Eyewitness News.
Amanda, it looks fairly clear behind you right now. The snow sort of came in waves throughout the evening. Has the snow been sort of letting up tonight?
Well, yeah, Denise, we really have seen it come and go in waves, like you said. Now, when we first got here, it was a pretty constant snow that was going. That pretty much gave us what you see here. And then it kind of switched over to a sleet and rain mix. And now we're just seeing kind of this off and on kind of sprinkling of rain, really. And that's melting off a lot of the snow that was here. So we'll see what this means throughout the night, especially tomorrow for the roads.
Yeah, maybe we're getting a break. All right, Amanda, thanks a lot.
All right, and continuing our live team coverage right now, the winter storm causing major headaches for all travelers. There's been some delays, cancellations at McCarran International Airport, left a lot of passengers with nowhere to go. Most of all the airlines have canceled flights out of Las Vegas. Channel 8 Eyewitness News reporter Aaron Drawhorn is live from McCarran with the latest on the storm's impact on travelers. Aaron.
Well, Dave, the big problem is you have all of the snow that's built up on the runways right now. Freezing is a problem, visibility is a big problem for the airplanes, and basically air travel here is a nightmare. The snow fell, blanketing McCarran, but this beautiful winter wonderland outside the airport was not so pretty inside. Stranded passengers camped out for hours after their flights were suddenly canceled.
As soon as we came here, we saw it snowing, and of course, just like thousands of people, we got stranded. And we're still stranded. We don't know which way to go. And tomorrow, all the flights are full.
Southwest Airlines was the first to cancel all its flights. Hundreds lined up trying to get the next ticket out of town.
This is almost nothing compared to Chicago. I'm just a little bit surprised that the city kind of shuts down like this.
Almost the entire town of Cranfills Gap, Texas got stuck. Their free Vegas vacation, part of a national tourism promotion, had a wide ending no one could predict.
What are the odds that this would be snowing in Vegas when we need to get home? But we don't mind. You guys have been so hospitable.
For now, the planes are grounded, the passengers wait, and the airport monitors this historic situation moment by moment. Southwest, JetWest, and United have all canceled their flights for tonight. The best thing if you have travel plans is to call your airline before you come to the airport. If you're watching from your hotel room tonight and you're a guest in Las Vegas, the website to remember is lasvegasnow.com. It will have all of your travel information that you will check in the morning. The situation is a very delicate situation. It's going to change hour by hour. We'll get a better grasp of what's going to happen with all of these flights in the early hours of the morning. We are live tonight at McCarran International Airport. Aaron Drawhorn, Channel 8 Eyewitness News.
So, Aaron, are people just grabbing a bench to get some sleep? They camping inside? What's going on?
Oh, Dave, it's probably a big slumber party in there right now. You have people spending their time drinking at the bars in the airport. You have people gambling on the slot machines here, and you have a lot of people who just want a good night's rest best they can. It's been a long day. Good thing is it's very warm in there in the terminal. Pretty cold out here, Dave.
All right, thanks a lot, Aaron.
Well, the airport, Las Vegas, really got a good dusting of snow, but parts of Henderson, boy, they got hit hard. That's where we find Carol Wilkinson. And Carol, you've got your hat on, you've got your coat on. I hope you're staying warm out there tonight.
Absolutely, Denise. And you mentioned a little earlier about the fact that the snow was coming and going in waves. I think that was the terminology that you used. Well, out here where we are, we're near Horizon Ridge Parkway and US 95. The snow has indeed dwindled down to nearly nothing. I don't know if you can see the little light drizzle coming down around me right now, but I think at least for this part of the valley, the worst appears to be over. Take a look over there at US 95. Where, were it not for the blanket of snow, it would look like just a regular Wednesday night after 11 o'clock at night when most people are home and preparing to go to work in the morning. Now, therein may be the problem. When people do have to take to the roadways, when people do have to get on US 95 and those roadways that will be open tomorrow, if temperatures drop significantly, of course, we've all been hearing all night that the formation of black ice is going to be the treacherous part of the morning commute. But for right now, the situation very calm, very quiet, very surreal almost in the fact that it is snowing very, very lightly, but no problems to report along at least this stretch of US 95 and the area in which we're standing. Reporting live, Carol Wilkinson, Channel 8 Eyewitness News.
Surreal, the operative word there. Thanks, Carol. The snow's been coming down all day, covering trees, the roads, everything, and that includes carports. Eyewitness News reporter Jonathan Hubbard joins us now from the Mesa Verde apartments near Sunset and Annie Oakley, where carports covered in snow are coming down on top of cars. Jonathan?
Yeah, absolutely, Dave. Look at it this way. It's a numbers game. One crunch after another, 5 carports come crashing down and 10 cars smashed in all. Now, the big reason for this, of course, that wet snow, very, very heavy stuff. It's the culprit here. So repair crews tried their best to use car jacks to prop up the carports. They had to use 2x4s and also braces as well. Sadly, though, just too much snow and too much metal. Very, very heavy stuff. Now, for a lot of these folks, they're just broken trunks, of course, and busted in back windows. That's a major problem for them as well. And some cars just got by safely in seconds.
I was with a couple neighbors. We were building the snowman, and we just started slowly seeing him tilt. And I ran in, grabbed my husband, and said, "Hey, pull out our car." And I was on my way to tell the neighbors, and I looked out, and it was down. He barely got our car out.
Now, neighbors here at Mesa Verde say that some carports were reinforced just this past summer because of the high winds. That's one of those things that we see a lot in Las Vegas during the summer, but here in the winter, not this time around. Really, at this point, though, it's just this wet, sloppy devastation for the folks out here. Dave, Denise?
How are they going to get those cars out, Jonathan? You said the car jacks didn't work, the 2x4s. Were they going to use a crane or something?
Well, I mean, that's really one of the only options that they have. The stuff is really heavy. It's very awkward, very long, as you can see all the way down there. There's really no other option. The repair crew was here really for about an hour or so trying to brace a couple. They didn't even get to this one. That's one of the problems. So they're going to have to figure it out tomorrow, try to fix this. But meanwhile, those cars crunched underneath.
What a mess. All right, thanks, Jonathan. And again, this kind of snowfall just hasn't been seen here in Las Vegas for literally decades.
Yeah, in some people's lifetime, they've never seen it like this here. A big concern tonight, though, is that rain, is that snow going to melt and then turn into ice overnight? Tedd Florendo watching the temperatures fall right now. Ted?
Yeah, absolutely. With those temperatures dropping at or below freezing, you can bet that's going to turn over to ice or more black ice. In fact, as you take a look at your temperatures outside right now, throughout many of your neighborhoods, you're near the freezing mark, and we're not even hitting our low yet. We're going to be dropping colder temperatures than this. A lot of you already in the teens in Mount Charleston and 20s for Rachel, Nevada. Let's take a look at some of the snow totals. These are unofficial totals now. 8 inches in some locations in Henderson. Most other neighborhoods picked up 3 to 2 inches of snow. The latest look on our radar shows most of the area really just clear of any type of precip. Maybe some isolated flurries, hit and miss showers in the forecast for most of the evening, for tonight, I should say. As we take a look down in California, though, we continue to see some bits of energy there that could swing our way, although will not be as widespread as what we saw earlier. Winter storm warning still going into effect until 6 a.m. That's because you'll run into some dangerous, treacherous driving with those slick roadways. 30 degrees tonight. Maybe just a hit and miss snow shower. Tomorrow we're looking at more broken clouds, 43 degrees, a chance of morning rain and snow. After that, it should change over to rain and clear up. So it's safe to say all the big stuff is over and done with. Now you got to deal with those icy, slick roadways. Back to you.
All right, Ted, speaking of roads, if you're planning on heading to Southern California, you may want to cancel your plans, perhaps wait till the weather clears up. California Highway Patrol shut down the Cajon Pass because of the snow, because of the rain. Residents near that area say they have never seen so much snow. Interstate 15 in San Bernardino County was closed in both directions. They did that early this morning. A lot of drivers were stranded for hours while traffic was diverted in that part of the state. All right, our newsroom flooded with calls wondering the million-dollar question, will there be school tomorrow? Here it is. All Clark County schools will be closed tomorrow for students, for teachers, and other classroom employees. You've all got a snow day. However, administrators, 12-month employees, and office staff should report to work as usual. By the way, there is going to be a makeup day. It's going to be scheduled for students a little bit later in the year. For more information, you can check out our website, lasvegasnow.com. A lot of kids are like, woohoo,
hey,
got
free
the day
day.
off.
Yeah, all right. Well, tourists staying on the Strip sure got quite a surprise when the snow started falling today.
Yeah, it started coming down this afternoon on Las Vegas Boulevard and Russell. It was around 2:30 this afternoon. A lot of people we talked to said they came to Las Vegas to get away from all this kind of cold weather. And while many chose to keep warm inside the hotels, a lot of people who took advantage of this rare Las Vegas snowfall, taking pictures at the famous Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign.
What do you think?
Shocking. What do you say? You got palm trees and snow, you know? The mirage is going to look crazy tonight.
An estimated 5 inches of snow fell on the Strip today, and even though it was pretty cold out there, as you can see, we had some tourists who, well, decided to take it off. Yeah, stripping down to that bright red Hawaiian shirt and shorts.
He's from Ohio.
He was from Ohio,
so he was used to the
kind
cold.
of used to that.
Well, Las Vegas hasn't seen this much snow since the 70s. Straight ahead here, we're going to have more on all the snow and rain that hit our valley.
First, though, here's another live look outside tonight where it's still very cold, below freezing. Tedd Florendo will have your complete forecast coming up.
You're watching Channel 8 Eyewitness News at 11 with Paula Francis and Dave Courvoisier. The first local news in HD. Eyewitness 8 HD. High definition takes flight.
People living in Boulder City were maybe the first ones to see the sign of snows today.
Yeah, residents there say it's really been a while since they've seen snow like this. Kids always take it in stride, don't they? It's been a good 2 years since people in this community say they've seen this much snow actually stick. Many families spent the day outside making snow angels, dancing in the snow. But when the snow turned into slush, many of the roads became pretty icy.
A little scary at times. It was 14 inches of snow in Flagstaff.
Wow.
Don't have a lot of experience driving in the snow in Florida.
How'd you do?
Did all right. I stayed on the road.
You're here. Exactly. And you're gonna make the
We made it, yes.
We were a nervous wreck the whole time.
Boulder City got at least 4 to 5 inches of snow today.
Now, anytime it snows in the desert, it's pretty exciting, very beautiful, but nothing can compare to the first time you get to play in the snow. There you go, little 3-year-old Ian Latore, and as you can see, this was his first encounter with the white, wet stuff. His parents drove some 20 miles just so he could get to play in it.
It's beautiful. Look at this. We're so excited. We came up, we're having snowball fights, and now we get to go home and get warm.
And Ian and his family weren't the only ones who took advantage of the snow. It came down hard at Desert Breeze Park for most of the day. By nightfall, it turned to sleet and rain before becoming snow again. At the height of things, though, there were about 500 people out there, mostly families at the park. When parents got home from work, they took the opportunity to bring their kids out for a little wholesome fun.
I love it, just like back east. So I took the kids out tonight. It's a family thing to do in Vegas, and they're enjoying it.
People using inner tubes, saucers. Some took the wheels off their skateboards, used the board as a sled. A lot of snowball fights and snowmen being built out there. Some people we talked to say they forget they were living in the desert just for a while.
Yeah.
They've been keeping track of this rare Las Vegas snowstorm all day.
It has caused a lot of problems on the roads as well as over at the airport. Dozens of canceled flights, hundreds, perhaps thousands of stranded travelers. Yeah, let's get back over to Aaron Drawhorn, who has the latest now for us from the airport. Aaron?
Dave and Denise, the last time Las Vegas had snow like this, McCarran was a very small airport. Now McCarran is one of the busiest airports in the entire country. Obviously today in the desert, the fallout from this snow was huge. Let's show you some video from inside the terminal. Take a look at the message boards inside. You don't see this every day. Canceled, canceled, canceled. Southwest handles about a third of the traffic here at McCarran. That carrier, Southwest, was the first to go ahead and cancel all of its flights today. Some other airlines followed suit, leaving stranded passengers lined up trying to get the next available flight. Many checked their luggage only to have to go and get it at the carousel. The luggage didn't go anywhere, and they were left trying to find a room. Come back here live now. You can see it's very quiet outside McCarran, but inside a lot of people are camped out tonight. They're trying to wait for the flights that could open up tomorrow morning. It's still a very delicate situation. It's changing hour by hour. There really aren't any scheduled flights in mass numbers that we can speak of. The thing to do is check out LasVegasNow.com, all the information there. Dave, Denise, back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Aaron. It's been a mess out there today.
Oh, boy, we're tired. We've been covering this thing since 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
No kidding.
And some people have been driving in it for hours.
Yeah.
I mean, just couldn't really get anywhere.
This is amazing to me.
Yeah.
One, because the west side I can see getting maybe 2 to 3 inches of snow, maybe. But to have snow 3 inches at McCarran is big to me.
Yeah.
That's something we never see, which is why we haven't seen this since the 70s. So that's huge. A big snow event for the day today. Here is the rain gauge. Obviously, we had a lot of that rain turn over to snow, but this shows we got totals up to 1/4 of an inch reported at McCarran, actually. And even down south, for all of you in Laughlin, you picked up over 0.8 of an inch. That was all rain. That was not snow. So you picked up quite a bit of rain, and we need it. That's the good news. Currently outside, some of us at near the freezing mark or just below the freezing mark in some locations at 33 to 34 degrees. We're at 36 for Overton, in the 20s for Lincoln County, 33 for Prim. Laughlin, you've been pretty mild all day, which is why you've been seeing a lot of rain throughout the day today. Here are the highs, the low 40s to upper 30s throughout many Las Vegas neighborhoods, 39 for Prim, 38 for Mount Charleston, coming in at 22 degrees right now. Let's show you the official high at McCarran for the day today. We shot up to 39, and that's it. 57 is our normal for this time of the year. We haven't seen 57 in quite some time. 32 degrees was the overnight low. Now, here's the latest snow total so far. These are unofficial now. 3.6 inches came down to the National Weather Service. That is a new record. Henderson, Green Valley picked up 7 to 8 inches. That's huge. Mount Charleston, over 1 foot. I think they'll have 2 feet by tomorrow afternoon. Las Vegas stats, back in 1979, we had 7.8 inches, okay? We did not beat that because we only picked up 3 inches actually at the airport. Las Vegas, back in 1974, was our big record. That was 9 inches back in 74, and 1.3 inches was back in 2003. We already beat that by 3 inches already. Here's our water vapor satellite. Here's what happened. That area of low pressure sort of rode the jet stream down to Southern California, drew in that subtropical moisture. That was warm, moist air, but we had all this cold air pouring in from the north, so the two of them were clashing it out, and obviously the cold air won. That's why we had the snow. Right now, things on the radar are looking pretty much dry. We do have a lot of clouds overhead at this point. But the echoes on the radar have died down. Earlier today, this was widespread with snow and rain. Most of it now showing just very isolated flurries or isolated showers. And that will be the case for tonight. The reason being, well, you'll see this big break from all that precip we had earlier. Now all the way down to I-8, things are clearing up. Still some bits of energy and rain down here that I think mixing with that cold air tonight could change over to an isolated hit and miss snow shower, but that's it. Nothing widespread like we had earlier. Futurecast shows in the morning, you will see some isolated snowflakes. Some areas still could wake up to some morning snow, around 1 to 2 inches tomorrow. 30 degrees tonight, hit and miss snow. Remember, that's a winter storm warning in effect till 6 a.m. Thursday, 43 degrees. We're talking broken clouds tomorrow. Look at that. Just a chance of an AM rain or snow shower, but we have the skies opening up for tomorrow. That will be the case for Friday and Saturday too, with a slight chance of showers. Sunday we clear up, and then next week partly cloudy skies, a bit warmer, so we're just looking for showers and also some breezes. The amazing thing to me also is school is canceled because of snow.
Isn't that crazy?
In Las Vegas.
I know.
When's the last time that's happened?
That's amazing.
Who knows? Got to dig the record books for that one.
Yeah.
All right, thanks a lot, Ted. And it wasn't just us. Winter weather across the U.S. making for dangerous road conditions. They got it in Chicago, New York. Take a look at all the snow up in the Sierras. Combination of ice and snow made it pretty treacherous in the Blue Canyon and Placer County. A storm dumped more than a half foot of snow since Monday. More is on the way. Skiers are going to love that stuff.
Well, the weather may have kept a lot of people away from the Rebels game tonight, but you know what? You don't need a lot of fans to win.
No, you don't need fans to win, and they braved the weather and so the players did.
Yeah.
And they finally heated up, too. That's right.
Like
Rebels and Broncos fans brave the weather. One guy heats up despite being cold for about 6 games. We'll take you to the MAC, and as the Rebels try to break those Broncos. Plus some players getting ready for the Las Vegas Bowl. Hey, they didn't sign up for this stuff. Snow Bowl preps coming up here on Channel 8.
This portion of Eyewitness News in HD is brought to you by Finley Acura. Now, Channel 8 Eyewitness Sports with Chris Maathuis.
Hey, sports fans, and the Runner Rebels had to deal with the cold, wintry weather, but inside things heat up for UNLV. Rebels hosting Santa Clara. Finally, the shots are falling. Rebels heating up. Yeah, they go up 10. Joe Darger nails a 3. Then the crowd gets fired up right before they have. Check it out. Wink Adams finally gets off the snide. He'd been cold from outside. He hits just his second 3 in about 28 tries. Wink led the Rebels with 16 points. They led 42-28 at the half. Second half, more of the same. Shots were starting to fall. Yeah, UNLV held a double-digit lead through most of the second half. Biggest lead, 22. Rene Rougeau, 7 of 9 from the field, had 15, 4 steals. Oh, yeah, you can text this one in. UNLV wins going away. The final score, 78-66, and really, it wasn't even that close.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. It's probably one of the better games that we played all season, to be honest with you. Everyone was just real fired up. You know, the seniors did a good job of trying to keep everybody riled up and keep everyone's spirits high, and that really showed tonight.
Yeah, I think it's the best game, all around with dictating and energy and shooting the ball pretty well. And
yeah, I think this is the best game. This is a good starting point for us. Our chemistry is coming along. I think everybody's more focused now what we have to do on defense.
All right, and the Rebels host Arizona Saturday at noon. The MAC is almost sold out. Should be a terrific game. Las Vegas Bowl, both teams are here, and for a lot of these guys, something new. They'd seen it in movies and on TV, but today practiced and saw snow for the very first time.
Yeah, that's crazy. This is my first time in the snow, so I don't know, it's crazy.
I'm from Dallas, Texas, so we don't get like hard snow like this, so it's kind of crazy. But it's not that cold, it's just snowing right now.
Oh yeah, I'm getting all kind of pictures, but the best thing is practicing it because you don't sit to see it a lot, so practicing gets you a little excited, a little cold at the fingers and the tip of your toes, but you'll be all right.
It's cool. I want to go make a snow angel, but I'm too cold to do all that.
Oh, I'm from Florida, so I ain't never seen snow before.
Was it the first time?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I haven't seen snow in 8 years. It's pretty cool. It's really cold, but, it's something new for our team, and it's fun to get out here and play in this.
The guy told me he's from Huntington Beach, hasn't seen snow in 8 years. He says he's usually surfing.
Oh, yeah, right. Oh, boy. We'll be right back. That's our news live at 11. If you have to drive tomorrow morning, please be safe on those slick highways.
Don't forget our news starts tomorrow morning at 4:30. And kids, if you got the day off tomorrow, enjoy it. It's a snow day.
Good night.